good evening. Welcome to Cardiff City TV.
He'll shoot and he'll score! One in the area! And it's Roger
A very good evening and welcome to Matchday Live, courtesy of Cardiff City. John Donovan and the rest of the crew with you tonight on the road a Wednesday evening in the Black Country as the Bluebirds travel to the Hawthorns to take on West Bromwich Albion. Well, the Bluebirds are looking to get their first away league win of the season, and once more they're looking to build on what was a very positive Saturday performance, that win against Birmingham. And the Bluebirds at times, certainly in the first 45 minutes, were scintillating. Can they carry that on tonight on the road against Steve Bruce's Baggies? Well, the Baggies themselves are smarting after a 2-1 defeat on Sunday against early pace setters Blackburn Rovers, so they'll be keen to make amends in front of their home fans. It's all set up for what should be a thrilling game of football, and it's going to be played out, well, in slightly different conditions to Saturday. A heat wave on Saturday, drizzly rain in the Midlands this evening, but that should give a nice pace to the ball. Two good footballing teams. We should be in for a treat. Hopefully you'll be in for a treat in this pre-game show over the next 25 minutes. We've got a lot of content. It's a packed show. I'm pleased to say that in the second segment, I'm going to be joined by Cardiff City favourite and FA Cup finalist with the Bluebirds, Roger Johnson, to talk about all things Bluebirds and preview tonight's game. You'll also see shots of the team arriving, and we had the good fortune when the team arrived to catch up with Romain Sawyers for a few minutes. That interview is coming up. So let's get started. There's a lot to fit in. First of all, the all-important team news. And for the Bluebirds, it's a team that shows 3 changes from that win against Birmingham on Saturday. Coming into the lineup, Shea Ojo, club captain Joe Rawls, and to make his debut, replacing Cedric Kipre, who can't, of course, play against his parent club, is Jack Simpson. So the team in full for the Bluebirds in that 4-3-3 formation that we've become accustomed to. Ryan Alsop in goal, a back four right to left of Marlon Romeo, Perry NG, Jack Simpson and Jamalu Collins. Ryan Wintle will play the number 6 holding quarterback role with Joe Rawls and Andy Rinomota in front of him. And a front three, we think of Jaden Philogene this time from the left, Max Waters through the middle and Shea Ojo for the right. On the bench for the Bluebirds, it's Alnwick, Atete, O'Dowda, Denham, Sawyers, Colwell and Harris, so a lot of strength in depth there, and you just know Romain Sawyers will want to come on at some stage and make a mark against his former club. Quickly for the Baggies, no changes from them from their defeat on Sunday against Blackburn. They have striker problems at the moment. Steve Bruce is actively trying to recruit a striker in the transfer window. That goes for a number of clubs as well, of course. They're starting 11 and they will play in a 4-2-3-1 formation. David Button in goal, Dara O'Shea and former Bluebird Semi Ajayi, the centre-halves, Connor Townsend and Darnell Furlong, the full-backs, but they will be very aggressive full-backs, bombing up and down. They like to get forward. So there's a holding midfield too of Jason Malumbe, signed from Brighton this summer, and Jake Livermore. A very potent and dangerous attacking three of Dean Garner, John Swift and Jed Wallace, with Carlin Grant, the lone striker, up front. We expect a packed away end over my shoulder. The fans have been travelling. We've seen them on the M5 all the way up. They come in good confidence. They will come in good voice, and they hope to see a Cardiff City victory. And as I say, a few moments ago, a lot of those fans were outside to welcome the team on their arrival. mate, thanks for joining us pre-game. You know this place pretty well. So well, in fact, you had to show us where the interview room was. How does it feel coming back?
It feels good. Obviously, I spent a few years here as a man, but as a boy, I spent a lot of years, and a lot of my academy upbringing was here. So I'm always grateful for what they did for me. So it's always good to come back.
I know it's a cliched question. Any extra incentive? You've played in front of these fans. You'll have family here tonight. Is there even an incentive to just play that 1%, 2% more?
No, I think I'll be doing a disjustice to my teammates and the manager if I had that mentality. Just 3 points to play for at the end of the day. Obviously, it might feel a bit better for family and stuff like that if we end up getting a result. But personally, I've just got to go into it as it's a job at the end of the day and it's work.
Another good win on Saturday. Cardiff City full of confidence right now. Obviously, getting that first win on the road will be important. What's the mood in the dressing room today?
It's great. Like you said, we had a very, very dominant performance, which is very pleasing. The scoreline probably doesn't flatter as good as we played. I think if we went and scored 2 or 3, then people would have really realised how dominant we are. But it's a great performance to come into the next game on the back of. So hopefully we continue it today. And
just finally, Romain, go on, let us in a secret. What's the key to beating West Brom tonight?
Score more goals than them.
First half was tremendous. Started the second half on fire. Should have scored another one. And then they got a little bit. We went a bit flat. They got half a foothold in the game. But yeah, the changes, etc., worked to our favour. And I thought, we should have had a couple more. But on the whole, really pleasing performance.
Yeah, of course. It's always nice to have a clean sheet, the win. And we needed that, especially after the games against Reading. We needed to get that confidence back, So, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, obviously disappointing the way we started the game. After half an hour, I thought we were much better. I was really pleased with the reaction of the group at half-time. And second half was much more competitive and more like ourselves.
As I said to him in there, that's what it takes. That's no different to the Norwich game. It's just against a different team. We did the same thing. We created a few more chances as people were getting more confident and they're getting fitter and stronger. One of the key aspects is to it, we've got to limit other teams. So we limited Norwich to a very low chance of scoring goals, and we limited Birmingham to a very low chance of scoring goals. So from my aspect, I'm pleased as punch now sitting here, because obviously if I'd sat here with a draw now, I'd have been devastated.
I'm enjoying a lot, Everyone is great at the club. The way they welcome me at the club, I don't know what to say. They're all great with me. The city is nice as well, and we've had 2 wins so far after 3 games, so I can only enjoy.
The gaffer said at half time, he said we're doing everything right. He said before the game that we're going to have to turn up physically to earn the right to do what we want to do. I think we did it well enough.
The biggest challenge is changing the perception, changing the mindset. And I suppose the beauty of that is obviously when you do it on TV as well, obviously it helps, but look, we do all our work, they do their work on us. And as I said, it was the worry in a game like today is how big and physical they are as individuals, and you're trying to, for example, limit how many set places you have against you, how many free kicks you have, how many throw-ins, etc., and I think we managed to do that as well.
I think the dynamic of the football club makes it easy. You know what I mean? Like the backroom staff, coaching staff, they've made it really easy for everyone to settle in really easily.
Top 5 in association with the Big Yellow Self-Storage Company.
Johnson, and Cardiff are back ahead.
Back here at the Hawthorns, and as advertised, I'm delighted to say I've been joined by former Cardiff City centre-half and fan favourite Roger Johnson. Roger, great to see you. First question, the Bluebirds faithful want to know, how are you? How are you keeping? How's life treating you at the moment?
Yeah, very good. Thanks for bringing me along. It's been a while. Done a few bits for Cardiff over the years, but it's been, like I said, been a while. So it's nice to to come back, and the club are flying high at the moment. So yeah, really pleased.
They are flying high, and I guess what I wanted to ask you, Roger, you played in a Dave Jones side, which was a really attractive side to watch. Unfortunately, maybe just missed out on promotion a couple of times. Cardiff then, over the next decade, got a little bit more pragmatic, a couple of promotions, but not always easy on the eye. Has this side got the potential to marry both together?
I think so. I do think so, because I covered the game for Birmingham the other day, and I was really impressed with Cardiff. How he's got on play him. I know Morrow well, played against him many a times. Good footballing guy. So yeah, he's got him playing a really good football in a way, and to fight for every challenge. The other day, as soon as they give the ball away, it was 3 men chasing to get it back, which is good. And he spent a long time of his career at Millwall, and that is hard grafters. They are hard grafters, and I think he's trying to implement that into this team. And when they've got it, play. But yeah, for what I saw the other day and what I've seen from the start of the season, yeah, it's positive.
I was going to ask you, Roger, you probably came up against Steve Morrison a number of times. He probably left a few elbows on you. You left a few on him.
I'll give as good as I get. I think the Cardiff fans will know that, and Morrow. Yeah, I mean, look, when you play against each other, you hate each other. But obviously off the pitch, I've seen him since. I did my badges at the Welsh FA, and obviously Morrow did. So we caught up there. But no, I'm pleased for him. I really, he's got his took his chance. Been given a contract, a lengthy one. So yeah, all good. Really pleased for him.
Before we start talking about tonight, Roger, it'd be remiss of me just to ask about a few memories. You were part of a really enjoyable team to watch, and probably the highlight, didn't quite bring home the FA Cup for the second time to Wales, but got pretty close to it. What's your memories of FA Cup final day?
FA Cup, look, it was brilliant for us to get there, first and foremost. We deserved it to get there. We got there on merit. On the day, I didn't think we did too bad. I mean, losing 1-0, we didn't get battered. We had a couple of half chances. But yeah, look, it was a great occasion. I remember the fans there in absolute numbers. And it was a proud day, very proud day. But I love my time at Cardiff. I think the fans knew that. And to miss out that year on the playoffs by a goal away at Sheffield Wednesday was heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. And the side we had, you're right, we had a great team, really good spirit, some great lads in that changing room. And Dave was a good manager, very good manager. He got us playing a certain way, hard to beat. And just we fell short just at the end of it.
Coming back to tonight's game now, and we'll touch upon West Brom in the next segment, but just continuing with Cardiff, you mentioned you saw the Bluebirds on Saturday. 4-3-3 formation, trying to play a different culture of football, as we said, playing out from the back, beating the press. Your thoughts on that, and how the Bluebirds are set up to be more of a modern team in this championship?
Yeah, look, you need the players to do it, first and foremost, and based on the other day, they had it. I thought they took too many risks at important stages of the game sometimes, but if that's what the manager's asking them to do, then they've got the freedom to do that, and they did it very well in my eyes. It's a popular formation, 4-3-3, and it will take time and time. New players will come in, new players have come in, and it's about learning that formation. I'm sure he's got another trick up his sleeve in a different formation if it isn't working, but at the moment, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Just finally on this segment, Roger, as a centre-half in the modern day, full-backs are almost wingers. They have to get forward. We'll see it tonight, Marlon Romeo, Jamilu Collins. As a centre-half, would that give you frights? Would you be calling them back? What's your view on the full-back in the modern game?
Oh, well, as a centre-half, I'd be wanting them right close to me. I wouldn't want them up the other end of the pitch. But look, the game's evolved. We've got to embrace it a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, my mindset is I'd want my full-back sit nice and tight to me. Let one of them go. One of the midfielders can stay. I'll keep a full-back. But yeah, you're open to be counted on. That's the only thing. But if everyone's on the same hymn sheet, and you know once you've lost possession, get back into shape and win possession back, I'm sure they've been prepped on it. And we'll see tonight, because it won't be an easy game tonight.
Roger, my thanks for the time being. We'll come back to Roger in the next segment. The Bluebirds are just coming out on the pitch, and Romain Sawyers is one of those. We had a chance to catch up with him as he arrived at the ground. Romain, thanks for joining us pre-game. You know this place pretty well. So well, in fact, you had to show us where the interview room was. How does it feel coming back?
It feels good. Obviously, I spent a few years here as a man, but as a boy, I spent a lot of years, and a lot of my academy upbringing was here. So I'm always grateful for what they did for me. So it's always good to come back.
I know it's a cliched question. Any extra incentive? You've played in front of these fans. You'll have family here tonight. Is there even an incentive to just play that 1%, 2% more?
No, I think I'll be doing a disjustice to my teammates and the manager if I had that mentality. Just 3 points to play for. At the end of the day, obviously, it might feel a bit better for family and stuff like that if we end up getting a result. But personally, I've just got to go into it as it's a job at the end of the day and it's work.
Another good win on Saturday. Cardiff City full of confidence right now. Obviously, getting that first win on the road will be important. What's the mood in the dressing room today?
It's great. Like you said, we had a very, very dominant performance, which is very pleasing. The scoreline probably doesn't flatter as good as we played. I think if we went and scored 2 or 3, then people would have really realised how dominant we are. But it's a great performance to come into the next game on the back of. So hopefully we continue it today. And
just finally, Romain, go on, let us in a secret. What's the key to beating West Brom tonight?
Score more goals than them.
Good evening, welcome to Cardiff City TV. Bolton, he'll shoot and he'll score! One in the area! And it's not
Good evening and welcome to Matchday Live, courtesy of Cardiff City TV. Video and audio coverage tonight. John Donovan here with you, and I'm delighted to say that I've been joined in the commentary position, as I was on the pre-game show, by Cardiff City fan favourite, former centre-half, FA Cup finalist, Roger Johnson. And for Roger, just for those who weren't watching the pre-game show, you are a favourite with all of the Cardiff fans, including the 2,000 or so that have travelled tonight. How's life with you? How's life kind of after the playing career?
Yeah, it's good. Thanks for having me first and foremost. And hello to all the fans. Life's, I'm going to say it's good, but you miss playing. Yeah. God, I miss playing. But after 20 years and throwing my body in front of stuff and had a sort of a bad injury right at the end of my career, I can't argue. I had a 20-year career, a good one in my eyes. I set out to what I wanted to do, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And when them older boys tell you when you're younger, look, enjoy it because it goes quick, and you sort of look at them and say, whatever. It's true. It's very, very true. It's gone by in a flash, and it's so mad to think I was at Cardiff in 2006, signed there in 2006, and it seems like a light years away, but it's gone so quick. But like we said in the previous show, I loved it, absolutely loved it at Cardiff.
I won't make Roger comment on this, but one of the other reasons he's a fan favourite of mine, Swansea were interested in him. He chose the right side, of course, and joined Cardiff City. So, Roger, you saw Cardiff on Saturday against Birmingham. You said you still live in the area, so you're aware of West Brom. Could be a really interesting matchup tonight. Two teams playing attractive football. Maybe goal scoring is the weakness on both sides, but we should be in for a really good game of football.
I think so, yeah. Look, I mean, but I was going to say Wolves then, God. West Brom are under it at the moment, and they're not achieving. They're a big side in this league, whether people admit that or not, they are. And they've been there and sort of done it in the Premier League, back and forth. They've got that in them, so they can probably turn it on when they want, and it's going to come at some point. They haven't had it yet in these first sort of 3 games. Let's hope it's not tonight, hey?
Indeed. So, and Roger, before we go into teams as well, obviously the clubs that come down with the parachute payments, they're always favourites, but there tends to be a club that makes a run. Last year it was Luton. Why not Cardiff City this year?
There's no reason why not. Based on, I know it's really early to say, but we said it earlier in the show there that Morrow's got his chance. He came in last season and did quite well. Probably definitely earned his contract. He's let players go, he's brought players in. So it's kind of, you're getting a feel now that it's Steve Morris's side. He's bringing his players in. He's changed a bit of staff members with Hud's coming in and Stacky coming in. So it's going all for him at the moment. And based on what I've seen so far, it's a young, ball-playing team who want to work hard for the shirt, work hard for their manager and the fans. So let's hope it just continues and we see the same sort of performance as we did Saturday against Birmingham.
Hopefully so. Both teams are out. It's a good, healthy crowd here at the Hawthorns, and it's a packed out away end to cheer on a Cardiff City side that shows 3 changes from the weekend fixture against Peterborough. Steve Morrison choosing to freshen up the side. In come Jack Simpson for his debut. That one's enforced. Cedric Kipray can't play against his parent club. Joe Rawls comes into midfield to replace Romain Sawyers, who's on the bench, and Shea Ojo comes in for Callum O'Dowda. Didn't he work so hard in the heat on Saturday? You'll shortly get the graphic for the Bluebirds team in full. It's Ryan Alsop in goal, a back four, Marlon Romeo, Perry Ng, Jack Simpson, Jamalu Collins. Ryan Whittle will play in the midfield holding row with Joe Rawls and Andy Rinamoto in front, with a front 3 of Jaden Philogene, Max Waters and Shea Ojo. On the bench for the Bluebirds tonight, Jack Alwick, Keon Atet, Callum O'Dowda, Oliver Denham is the centre-half cover, Romain Sawyers, Ruben Colwell and Mark Harris. That is the West Bromwich Albion team on your screen. I did say Jason Malumbe was in earlier in the team as a holding midfielder. He's not. My apologies for that. It's okay. Yokuslu, my apologies, who is the holding midfielder alongside Jake Livingmore. A really exciting front 3 of John Swift, Jed Wallace and Dean Garner behind the striker Carlon Grant. And if rumours to be believed, both clubs, Cardiff City and